Boy, oh boy, oh boy, we are here. Let me pull up my speech. When I wrote this speech, it was 30 minutes long because there's just so much to say. So we're gonna make edits together. All right. So this is the third time in my life that I have been best man. Is it because I'm the greatest friend in the history of friendship? Yes, probably. But maybe this time it's because I was there when they met. I was there when they first got together. I was there when they got engaged. And I was there when they got married. Being the three-time best friend champion of the world, you start to think, what is a best man? And it comes from 16th century Germany, where there was a groom, Alex, and likely he ran out of, women to marry in his local vicinity. So he would go to his best friend and best swordsman, me, and he would say, "Hey, man, we need to go get ourselves a woman so I can marry her." So, the groom-to-be and the best swordsman would get up on their horses. They would gallop across the plains to a neighboring town, kick in the door of just anybody, grab the fairest of maiden, chill, put her on the horse, take her back, and have a lovely wedding. The best man would then stand at the altar, and he would look upon the fair maiden's family, making sure nobody was going to make any moves to try to steal her back. He would also stand outside their house at night, make sure nobody would come to steal her back. Oh, where am I? Damn it. Upon finding out this information, I realized that is exactly what happened here. Let me tell you a story. All right. This is long-winded. Whatever. Get over it. It's not every day your best friend gets married. All right. See, Alex and I have been friends and mortal enemies for about a decade. Lots of good times, lots of really bad times. But almost every single beautiful moment in my life, Alex was there to share with me. It's very important to me. We're similar in a lot of ways, but we're very different. Alex is a calculated sort, you know? He talks and moves with a purpose. Cautious. Me, I'm lofty. My head's in the clouds almost exclusively, and I make hasty, impulsive decisions. But that's why our friendship is so useful, because my man keeps me grounded, and I like to think that I inspire him. Alex and I speak a different language than most of my idiot friends. Me and Alex, we read each other's body language, you know? One look, and we know what each other is saying. And that may sound cliche, a little homoerotic, but mind your business. We're in love. And I feel strongly that at any given moment, I know exactly what Alex is thinking. Sometimes he'll look at me, and without speaking, he'll say, "I'm hungry, let's get some chicken tenders. Extra sauce." And I say, "Yeah, man, let's go, you're buying." Sometimes, and you guys, some of you know that we play music together. Sometimes he'll look at me and without speaking, he'll say, "Follow my tempo. Rise, 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 drop into the pocket." And sometimes, when I don't follow those specific instructions, he looks at me and without speaking, he says, "I fucking hate you. I don't want to be your friend anymore." Oh, stuff like that. And the first time that he laid eyes on Jillian Fudge. He looked at me, and without speaking, he said, "Oh my God, that is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life." Jill, by the way, you look absolutely amazing, per usual. Oh my goodness. Yes, give it up. Give it up. And Alex, so I knew Jill long before she met Alex. Jill and I worked our summers together in the local 5-star restaurant called Mike's Clam Shack. And we loved it there. Her, me, and my good friend Haley worked there. We bonded over how much we loved our jobs and selling fried clams to tourists. Yep. We instantly became friends, immediately. It was her kindness, her infectious smile, her keen sense of humor. We loved her so much. It was immediate. We were immediately friends. Where am I? Hold on. She also had a love for adventure, and though we loved our jobs so much, we would often take our adventures elsewhere, out on the town. And if you're on an adventure with me, oftentimes you're with my gang of miscreant friends. So one night, we would hang out at my mother's house, which was only a mile down the road, on this very road. That's why Loud Home is so special. One night, we're hanging out, me, Alex, our good friend Haley, our good friend Jack, like we always do. I invited Jillian Fudge over for the night. I said, "Hey, come hang out. All my friends are here. I'd like to introduce you." She said, "Absolutely. Can my boyfriend Kenny come?" And at the time, I'm like, "Yeah, man, the more the merrier. Let's go. Bring him over." And like I said before, the first time that Alex laid eyes on Jillian Fudge, he looked at me, and without speaking, he said, "Oh my God, that is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life." He paused, looked at Jill, looked back at me, and without speaking, he said, "We have to kill Kenny." But we didn't kill Kenny, because we loved Jill. Now, Kenny was a dork, so around the fire, naturally, all my friends are razzing Kenny, calling him names, really making him feel at home, comfortable. But you know who wasn't around the fire? Jill and Alex. They were up on the porch playing a fierce game of flip cup. Okay? Alex thought he could outdrink Jill. At the time, nobody could outdrink Jill. Okay? But he tried and he tried. Now, it may seem trivial to you guys, right? But what me, Haley, Jack, what we saw that night was a true connection forming, a real bond, actual friendship, right? It wasn't romantic in any way. It was just electric, the way that they just immediately came together. Best friends, immediately. And we all saw this, you know? And we didn't really talk about it much, but we saw. You saw. You know, this is going on a long time, but I'm going to keep going. Where am I? Okay, all right. So the summer went on. We're drinking, we're laughing, playing music, laying on our backs in the sand on the beach, looking at the stars fall to the earth. Every night, Jill and Alex got closer and closer. Alex's smile, brighter and brighter. It was beautiful, true friendship. I like to think I witnessed the time that Alex actually fell in love with Jill. We were, this is almost done, by the way, hang tight. It was late. Me and Alex were surfing in the ocean. And we're really bad at surfing. We weren't surfing. We were swimming with surfboards next to us. We weren't good. We wouldn't catch any waves. It was awesome. All of a sudden, I don't know how this worked out, but all of a sudden, Jill's on the beach. Whatever. We weren't hanging out with Jill. She was just on the beach. She approaches the water. Somehow, she got one of our surfboards. I don't know if it was mine or hers. I mean, mine or his, but she got one of the surfboards. She got on the surfboard. A wave came through. This was at sunset. It was very beautiful. A wave came through. She got on the board, paddled as hard as she could. The wave came. She popped up like an actual surfer and rode it into the beach. Me and Alex didn't catch one wave that night. And when it happened, it was all in slow motion, right? It was slow motion. It was sunset. The moon was out. It was beautiful. It was slow motion. Jill got up on the surfboard, just the mist of the sea, right? And at that time, I looked at myself, or I thought to myself, I'm gonna marry Jill. That was the time he fell in love with Jill. But Jill was taken. What could he do? All he did was be an absolute gentleman. Never crossed the line, never made a move. Ever. He knew that it just wasn't gonna happen. The summer's coming to an end. Jill's gotta go back to Mass. Sadness. Jill leaves. Years go by. Alex comes to me. He comes to me and he says, Thomas, I got a favor to ask you. And I said, anything you need, buddy. So, we get on our horses, we gallop across the plains to Massachusetts, we kick in Jill's family door, put her on the back of the horse, and bring her here. Now, as I stood guard, watching over the people, making sure Rick wasn't about to make a move, I was about to play a song. I shook Alex's hand, he looked at me, and without speaking, he said, I'm about to marry the woman in my dreams, and I couldn't be happier. And to that, I say, you're welcome. To Jill and Alex, I love you both with all of my heart. You're beautiful. Cheers.
Here, here.
That's great, man.